beautiful sunny day to get back to work on that Honda Zoomer 50. Last time, what started as a routine job turned into a bit of a restoration. We'll be fully replacing the suspension, brakes, dealing with the carburetor, cleaning it, and there's plenty more coming in this episode. If you like this kind of content, drop a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do it. As always, enough talking, let's get to work. So, you little rascals on your scooters with a half-full Dendy tank. We've got a Cayenne carburetor here. All clear. It's the same as the one on the AF58 engine. Nothing too strange. Rubber intake boot, then the intake system. Just like on Yamaha, the key is to make sure the boot doesn't let air through. Let's start disassembling it. If anything tricky comes up, I'll show you. One thing is the throttle sensor. If you unplug it, you'll need to reset the control unit. I'll show you how to do that. Enough chatter. Let's take off the carburetor, clean it up, put it back, and see what we get. We've removed the carburetor and gave it a bit of a rinse. It's a Cayenne NBK. There's a part number. No special adjustments. RPM screw is here. Air screw is sensor controlled. Let's open it up and take a look. We'll blow out the jets. That's about all the work needed here. A little fun detail from today. I'm standing on asphalt in ski boots. Can't take off the float, it looks like the pin is crimped. But I blew out the jets. Diaphragm is intact. Someone poured glue mixed with sand under the cover. Cleaned it out a bit. Sand is bad for the diaphragm. Cleaned it all out, now putting it back together. The carb is clean and installed. The crankcase is already washed. I serviced the brakes too. Now onto the fun stuff. The packages have arrived. Rollers, filter, fuel pump, spark plug, suspension. We've got Kyoshi for the rear, Meditech for the front. Someone had already tuned this, cut holes everywhere. For winter, we'll think of something. For now, we're starting with the wheel. Need to drain the radiator. Here's our radiator. Swallows built a nest in it. We're cleaning it and draining the coolant. I'll show how in a second. Coolant's draining. We unscrew all the bottom caps. The main one, a 10mm bolt on the left side, also needs to come out to fully drain it. We wait for that to finish and move on to draining the oil. Meanwhile, we're swapping the filter. Old one's out, new one is from DO. AF56 to 58. It's clean and fits tightly. Don't forget about the ears, they should face outward. One more detail, the air sensor intake needs a filter. If it's missing, cut a piece of foam to fit. Otherwise, the sensor's toast. I've installed it, closing it up and putting it in place. The filter's assembled and ready, but we still need to drain the oil. Coolant's already out. The tank's empty. Don't forget to screw the bolt back in or it'll leak. Now we unscrew the drain plug, draining engine oil. One more thing, the 17mm bolt with a cap, that's the oil filter. It's round, fits your fingertip. Cleaned and blown through. While the oil drains, let's assemble the variator. Variators are assembled. Rollers are the same, 7 grams each. There's a link to the manual in the description if you want to dive deeper into the zoomer. Next, we'll mount the wheels, top off the oil. Forks have arrived. Starting with the rear, Kyoshi, beautiful piece. But it doesn't fit. Mounts aren't like dios, hits the frame. Go for a narrow or standard one. Pity, but it didn't fit. Installing the standard. Up front, it's Meditech standard dio fit. Links in the description. Let's get to the suspension. The scooter is on its wheels, and that's great. The owner came by and gave it a bit of a paint job to make it look brand new. Everything's great. Brakes are working, suspension is good. This is the brake disc we've got, 94mm. If you're going to get one for yourself, keep that in mind. By the way, I've already installed the spark plug too, since we'll need it soon. We've got standard dio style Meditech forks installed. As for oil and everything else, adding oil is simple. The main thing is not to forget to tighten everything back up, or you'll end up with a mess. I'll show you how. But the main question is, how do we properly fill the coolant? I'll show you that now because there are a few nuances. First of all, the scooter has to be running. So, if you're interested, let's get to it. We've installed the filters. Someone in the comments was concerned. Here's the filter from the fuel tank, and another one that goes directly to the carburetor. So, don't worry, we're all set on that front. Here's how the old one looked for anyone curious. It collected a bunch of junk over time. There you go. Install it, and you'll be good to go. We also put the variator cover back on because we'll need to start the engine soon. We've added the oil. Here's what we used. YCO 4-stroke 10W40. The manual says 10W30, but I don't think it's a big deal. The owner will take care of it. He'll ride it, change it later, and everything will be fine. The most important thing is to have the Yaso MA2 label. That's what the manual says. We've got it. So I think whether it's 10W30 or 10W40 won't matter much. Maybe even be better, as it moves more fluid through the system. Now we're going to attach the air filter, which is always a bit of a pain. Lots of hoses, it's a smart system with a bunch of stuff going on. So let's get on it. The filter is in, but while we were doing that, a lot more happened. First, we replaced this floor panel because, as it turns out, the scooter had been laid down and it was bent here. It wouldn't fit properly. The owner took care of it and brought a new one. While removing the fuel tank, we found another issue. Once removed, we noticed it was bent here, and that's why the cap didn't fit right and fuel was evaporating or leaking. The fuel sensor? Some kind of weird hack. I honestly don't know how it worked. But someone made it up. Definitely not factory. As far as I understand, it's just really odd. We ordered a new fuel tank. While waiting for it to arrive, we decided to sort out the exhaust issue. Let me show you. As you saw before, this mounting ear was broken. So while we waited for parts, we made this custom plate. It fits nicely here. We screwed it in, drilled and tapped it. Now it mounts like stock. Everything is securely fastened. While the tank is still on the way, we're mounting the exhaust. After that, we'll fill the coolant and finish the rest. Funny how we were just going to mount the air filter and so many things happened. So drop a like and let's keep working on the scooter. Here's how it all turned out. That's how it looks. Yeah, you can see the bolt a bit from the back, but it's solid. Nothing to cover it with. But otherwise, no play. Everything's tight, everything's great. All bolted down. So now we can go ahead and pour in the coolant, just so the system isn't running dry. Then we'll wait for the new tank. I'll pour in as much as I can now and then tell you about a little trick once the tank arrives. The tanks have arrived. We were replacing that one. Let me show you. It was all wrecked, the cap with the key was missing, and the filler neck was smashed. Plus that weird fuel sensor. Turns out it's actually OEM. The new tank has the same one, so all you experts in the comments missed the chance to point out that this was a legit part. Honestly, it's the first time I've seen it, but whatever. We've got a new tank, filler neck, sensor, everything installed. The seller promised it's all working. Time to test it. We're making a new fuel system because those old hoses were trash. Who knows, like 150 connections in there. So I decided to replace everything. Make it clean, tidy, as it should be. Let's install it all and try to fire up our pony. Once it's running, we'll also need to check the coolant level. Because it eats a bit of coolant. That's the trick I wanted to share. It'll use some up and we'll need to top it off so the level is right. So, enough chit-chat. Let's hook up the fuel and see if we can start it. The pump primed, we're checking to see if the filter fills. Start it a few times. It should start flowing here. There it goes. Fuel's coming through. Good, once more. Oh, and now the filter's filling up. Looks like 5 or 6 cycles should be enough. That's normal. I'm honestly surprised. I thought this is how a broken one works. Turns out Honda can still surprise us. Fuel's flowing. Let's try. But it's alive. That's already great news. We got it running. Smooth and quiet. The fuel gauge says we're empty. Let's top it up. Everything's great. If you adjust this screw here, and that's the only way to control idle speed. Use a Phillips screwdriver. Turn it to increase or decrease idle speed, but only do this once the engine is warm. Keep that in mind. This screw is for idle adjustment. For now, we're not changing anything. Let it warm up, check that everything's okay, and then we'll adjust. We've changed the oil. Checking the coolant right here in the overflow tank. We filled it to the top. The level might drop. Or maybe not, who knows? The manual says it should. Whether that actually happens depends on the scooter's personality. Maybe it hasn't run long enough yet. Or maybe we filled it just right on the first try. The level looks good here and here, so now we'll just keep an eye on it to see if everything's alright. Let's warm it up and start finishing up this project. Maybe today it'll finally leave the garage. Our zoomer had a bit of a meltdown, but we're not going to teach it bad habits. It needs to reset its errors. Right now, it's confused about what's happening. Like a car, it needs to relearn how to work properly and based on atmospheric pressure and everything else. To do that, we need to reset the errors. Here's how. There's a single contact here, just one wire. Blue with white. Usually this plug is red and not connected to anything. This one's white for some reason, no idea why. But it's white. Hopefully it's the right one. I don't see any other, definitely not the red one. So now we'll either mess things up, or we'll reboot our brains. Well, I think we'll reboot them. According to the manual, that cable is the one that should be. So we insert the cable here. Here's how it's done. Insert the cable and connect it to the positive terminal of the battery, press it in, and turn on the ignition. What should happen is that the light should blink for 2 seconds, maybe just 1 second. Then we remove everything, let it think about its behavior for a second. After that, we can start it up and theoretically go for a ride, teaching it to adapt to you as the owner. All the sensors will recalibrate based on what we've gone through, the carburetor and everything else we disconnected. Basically, it will learn to ride again and work properly with you as the owner. Because right now it's in what's called Limp mode. Right now it's in sleep mode and not delivering full power. Although, strangely, the revs seem fine, everything seems okay. I don't know, maybe it was already messed with or someone tinkered with something. But now we'll find out. So enough talking, let's go ahead and restart our zoomer. Okay, well, the light didn't blink. Not sure why. But the scooter definitely started running smoother. So I think now, without the cover, let's just put the seat on top and let the owner take a little ride and tell us what they feel. After that, we'll think about whether we need to adjust the idle speed and what we're going to do next. We took the scooter for a ride both fast and slow. No issues with the suspension. Everything works, everything starts up. But there's a but. The first thing, we had a problem with the fuel pump making a really loud clicking noise. I didn't film that, got distracted for a second, but I'll tell you the results of our experiment. We took a little cup, and the old pump filled it up to the line in 3 cycles. Just turning on the ignition 3 times, and it filled the cup that much. Then we replaced it with a new one, and the new one, well, I didn't notice it, but trust me, it filled twice as much. Which means the old fuel pump has had its time, but there are still questions about the valves, so we'll need to check the valves. But that'll be in the next episode because I'm out of energy for today. So if you're interested, subscribe to the channel, give it a like. And that's it for me. Bye-bye.